that, here are the top 5 degrees to have in the humanities in 2025. A few years back, as an undergraduate studying English in the humanities, I had no idea what I could do with my degree. I just thought that I was going to get a master's degree after my first degree and then probably go into lecturing. That was the only option I had in my mind, and maybe banking, just because I thought I had the looks. That's so funny. But that was all I knew. I didn't even know some of the juicy job opportunities that were available for graduates of that course. And I know that that's the same story with people even who are still students today, undergraduates today, studying a whole lot of different courses. They don't know what they could do with their degree. And I have said to myself, I'm determined to share with people, as many people as possible, just the opportunities in their different fields of study. And today I'm going to be sharing the top 5 courses to study in the humanities and some of the amazing job and career opportunities therein. So make sure you watch this video to the very end. So without wasting any time further, here are the top 5 degrees to have in the humanities in 2025. And at number 1 is English language or English and literary studies, whatever it's called in your university. This is one of the best degrees to have in the humanities. Up till today, it's very versatile. There are a lot of things that you can do with that degree. A lot of people do not know, but there are a lot of things that you can do with it. Apart from helping you to become like a copywriter, an editor of a magazine or newspaper, you could become even a journalist, you could become a public relations specialist, and there are a whole lot of things that you can do with it. But the interesting thing is that there are now some technical aspects, of this field that you can get jobs in. Like you can become a technical writer, you can become an SEO marketer, and a whole lot of things. I'm just going to be reading out some of them for you here. You can become a UX writer, you can become a content strategist, you can become a technical writer. There's a lot of money in this one. I would deceive you. Technical writing, and this is all about writing manuals for like tech products. Very easy, but you get paid a lot of money. You could also become a UX researcher, an SEO content manager. You could become a content creator, influencing, making a lot of money. It's such a versatile field, right? So do not underrate this degree. There are a lot of things you could do with it. The number 2 is communication. This is another degree that will give you great return on your investment. There are a lot of things that you can get your hands doing with this degree. You could become a brand strategist, earning a lot of money, a communication specialist, like consulting and all of that. There are a lot of things that you could do with this degree. And I'm just going to be also, showing you or telling you some of the things that you can do with this from the list I have here. You could become a digital campaign specialist. These days, a lot of brands do digital campaigns on different social media platforms. And if you're very good with doing this, you can get this job with your communications degree, because, of course, with communications, you know how to speak to different audiences and, speak to them, get them what they want to hear. And then you could become also a copywriter. You could become a content manager, a digital communication specialist. Fantastic. You can also become an influencer relations manager. A lot of brands work with influencers, but there's a gap between influencers and the brands. So you could come in here to, kind of be the person, to fill in that gap. So there are a whole lot of opportunities for you in this field as well. Another very good high-paying degree to have in 2025 and beyond is law. Definitely law is one of the top 3 best degrees in the world, according to many people. When they talk about medicine, engineering, they talk about law too. So law is in that league. A lot of things are changing now with computer science, engineering, artificial intelligence anyways, but law still remains a very formidable course and a degree to have. There are a lot of things that you can do with it. There are a lot of aspects, in law, corporate law, international law, environmental law, a lot of things. But I'm going to show you some of the things that you can do, or some of the fields that you can specialize in law now that are very interesting and that you will earn a lot of money from. Talk of cyber law. Because of a lot of, cyber security issues these days, organizations need to have lawyers who will help them in terms of like cyber security, law, guidance, and all of that. So this is a very high-paying one if you are good in that aspect, or if you specialize in that one. There is also tech policy analyst, sounding nice, but it doesn't just sound nice alone. It's also high-paying. We've got also intellectual property law, compliance officer, arbitrator, cyber law specialist, like I mentioned, data privacy officer, amazing, legal technology consultant, fantastic. There are a lot, actually. I cannot exhaust this list, but this just goes a long way to show you that law is still one of the best humanities degree in 2025. Sitting at number 4 is languages. This is another very nice course to study in the humanities, but sadly, a lot of people studying this course do not have any idea the value of the degree they have. They do not know what they could do with this degree other than maybe translator, which is the list of the things that you could do with this degree. We all know that languages is tied with culture And when it comes to culture, everyone is really interested, in other people's culture, and it really matters, especially because we are in a global world now, a global village, like they will say. So let me just let you read out some of the opportunities in this degree for you. We've got diplomatic service agent, we've got language instructor. A lot of people are still very much interested in other languages these days, so there is a lot of opportunities in this field. You could become a voice recognition trainer, become a machine translation specialist, localization engineer. You could become a cultural consultant, which is really good. You could also become a content localizer, speech data analyst, and the list goes on. There are a lot of things you could do with this degree. So it's always good to actually make some research as to what you can do with the knowledge or the degree or the skills that you have. In many cases, there are a lot of things that you could do with it. You probably need a little bit of upskilling, maybe learn one or two, or get one or two certifications, and then you can do things. If you've watched this video to this very point, I want to believe you gained one thing or the other from the video. Thanks for sticking around. So my name is Buki, in case you've not met me, and I'm very passionate about helping young people achieve the best out of their education, out of their investments in education. So every week I'll upload videos similar to this one. So if this sounds like something you'll be interested in, please click the subscribe button so that you get to see all of the stuff that we are about on this channel. And number 5 is media and journalism studies. Yes, we're in the era of digital media and it's so exciting. However, professional journalism or journalism is going nowhere, or traditional journalism is going nowhere. When there was this social media boom and there were so many apps and everything was going haywire, we thought that it was going to be the end of journalism, like news media and all of that. But come to think of it, they are still existing, so they kind of exist hand in hand. And so there's opportunities for a lot of people who study journalism or media studies, and now they can also go into media, digital media, and there are a lot of opportunities therein. For instance, you could become like a data journalist. Do you know that we're in an era of data? Everything is about data now. Data informs everything that we do, from organizations to small firms, right? So you could become a data journalist, you could become a podcast producer. How interesting is that? You become a video journalist, you could become a content strategist, social media editor, you could become a multimedia specialist. Wow. Digital news producer, investigative journalism. All of those traditional ones are definitely still there. So makes it even more interesting. There are a lot more opportunities for you studying media and journalism in 2025 and beyond. If you would also like to know some of the degrees to avoid in 2025, by all means, I have a video where I talked about all of the degrees not to have in 2025 and why. So make sure you watch the video. The video is somewhere on my left or right up there. Click, watch, enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.